Hi there! Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Brittany Patterson and I'm an online health and fitness coach. But today I don't want to talk to you about exercise and I don't want to talk to you about food. I want to talk to you about our mental mindset. And this is actually a sequel to my video called Surrender. So if you haven't watched that, pause this or go back to my profile and watch the Surrender video first. This video is going to explain what's going to happen once you surrender. I'm also going to be sharing with you the book that these ideas are coming from, and so I'm super excited to share with you about that. So once you have surrendered, you've made that decision, you've created the plan, you're beginning to follow through, and you're hitting all these bumps and thumps along the way that we talked about. It's once you surrender that more fun happens and that more trials and tribulations happen. And this one is not going to come from the universe. It's going to come from the people around you. In fact, this is one of the hardest steps of surrendering. So let me just first give you an analogy, and this is real. This is actually what happens, but it also can be applied to what happens to humans, what happens to us when we decide to take great leaps forward in our life and decide to change our life for the better. Is this. So when a fisherman grabs a bunch of crabs and puts them in a bucket, to take back to shore, he never has to worry about putting a lid on it. And why is that? Because he knows they're not going to escape. In fact, when they're all at the bottom of the bucket, squirming around, trying to find a nice place to sit, and one of them decides, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to climb up and I'm going to go back to the ocean. As soon as he begins to climb, the other crabs take notice and begin to pull him down. They claw, scratch, bite, pull his little legs off, whatever they have to do to get that crab back down to where they are. And we can go on and on about why we believe that the crabs do this. One of the reasons I think I have is they don't like change. They're unsure of why this crab is trying to escape. They're scared for him. They don't know what's on the other side of that bucket. They know for sure that they're in this bucket and they need to stay there together. Now, I want you to reflect on a time in your life where you had made a decision and other people began to pull you down. This is exactly what's going to happen tenfold when you decide to make a change in your life that isn't exactly foreseen by everyone else. And I can give you a great example. Almost 2 years ago now, a year and a half ago, a long time ago, I decided that I was going to quit my job. A job that it was completely secure, a job that was in the field of my major, a job that my friends and family were really proud of me for having. But I hated it. And I had been reading this book that I'm going to share with you, and I knew that I had to make a change. So I began the surrendering process. And once I got through the trials and tribulations the universe threw at me, I then had to deal with my friends and my family. And of course, the concerns from your friends and family, I hope majority of the time and most of the people are going to come from their heart. They're genuinely concerned about you. They genuinely care about your future and are nervous, just like the crabs. So they begin to pull me down. They begin to tell me that that's not a good idea, that maybe you should just stay there and then stick it out. They don't like change. And this is exactly what's going to happen to you when you begin taking great leaps forward. So I'm here to share with you that, because I hate ending videos on a sad note, that I've taken some pretty scary steps forward. I started dating a guy that was 12 years older than I was and had 3 children, and that was really scary. I quit my job that was secure, and I started my own business, all of which had its own trials and tribulations, all of which came with some crabby people. And today I'm sitting here happier than I ever have been in a marriage with that guy. I'd quit my job, and my business that I created is blooming. Now, I can't promise you that every decision you make is going to turn out as wonderful as my situations have. However, you will not know if you don't try. The book that I've been sharing these ideas from is called You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. I would highly recommend you purchase this book today. either read it in a book. I found one at Target. You can find it at Target or Amazon or wherever, or you can download it on Audible. This book has changed my life, and I've listened to it every time I've had to make hard decisions. I've listened to it every time I've encountered some crabby people in my life. It is one of the most amazing books I've ever read. It's definitely one of my top 3. And it's going to help you in those times where you encounter crabby people. I hope this has encouraged you to continue on with your journey, regardless of what that may be, and encourage you to continue taking great leaps forward despite the crabby people in your life. If this has helped at all, I'd love to hear from you. Like, comment, share, private message me, whatever, wherever your communication lies, and just let me know what you thought of it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.